Who's next?
They're probably pushing dead.
Go. My ultimate is ready.
You want to fight it?
Yeah, they are.
I don't see anyone over here. Someone like
Spike
They're all on
down
me.
A. One enemy remaining.
Oh, get the ace.
Blinding.
he's on dish. He's dish. I hear him.
Let him get him. Let him get him. Right here, right here.
There it is, boys. Let's go. All right, my guys, we are here live with another YouTube video. We're recording these here live on Twitch, and we have access to the new map. We have access to Fracture. I thought it was going to be content creators only, but it's in the PBE. So I may not be cool enough to get that crazy server with all the dudes in it. I don't give a shit. I'm here to do what I want to do, and that is find out what can I do with Omen, and what can I do with Astra, and what can I do with Viper, and all these other controllers. And I've come to some rather interesting conclusions while playing this map, and I've been doing some theory crafting and testing this morning for the past couple of hours and figuring out where the power of this map lies. So let's walk around a little bit and get the lay of the land. I'm sure you've seen a trillion of these videos here, but the reason I think Omen is going to be one of the most powerful agents on this map is sheerly because of B-site right here. Let's drop these barriers. You've seen where they are. We know these are, so we know whereabouts we're going to get our early pressure. We're going to get early peaks here. We're going to be having early contact and fighting here, so you'll probably be holding this angle or pushing forward to try to support the player playing in tower. In tower, you get a lot of chances to get early instant kills here. There's a lot of early aggression power in this map because the areas in which are neutral on the map, here, so dish and gate, tree, hall, and arcade. Those are the main neutral zones. And these areas are very, very, very small and very easy to contest. And you start in the center, which is weird. But it's looking like the way you approach this site the most is going to be focusing on splitting sites, and defaulting isn't really going to be much of a thing we can do. It's going to be very dangerous because you're going to have to worry about two flanks, so you should always have your team split to leave someone to watch for flanks, whether it be you have one dude here pushing B from one on his own, like a sentinel who has shit to protect him, and then you have four here and maybe one or two watching the flank, while 2 or 3 is pushing the site. That's about what I'm coming to a conclusion for. But the reason I want to pick Omen in here, well, let's just end the phase and I'll show you. There is a nice spot underneath here that runs, as you can see, this line here is the tunnel that runs underneath the entirety of B-site. And I'm just gonna say that it's kind of disgusting because, for one, players play above you in this area, so anybody who's chilling here at this spot, for one, I can even jump and blind them because the hitbox of the blind, like, it's not very thick, you know what I mean? Like, it's not very thick, the geometry here. On top of the fact that you can blind the ever-living fuck out of the site from down here. Like, the blinds you can get from here are literally insane. Like, I don't understand how this is viable, because let's be honest, if someone's holding this space here in any of these areas, that's all this area, and that's where you're going to be blinded from. So, well, oh, okay, those dudes are going to peek. Well, my teammates are going to push that. I can literally put myself in a position right here and go bop, and their whole team and all these angles here that are going to be dangerous for us are blinded. And everyone's usually going to be rotating through these areas here. So as long as you keep your left smoked off, no one can push you. And the only places you really have to worry about are there. And if that's the case, and that's all we're worrying about, then I can focus my blinds onto the site. Depending on Sova arrows, if I get the information, it's all pretty easy to change. It's just, this map is very strange with the fact that the way you have to approach it. There's a lot of cool ways where you used to use one-ways. For example, dropping a one-way on top of here, even though I whiffed it, it blocks that area off while creating a one-way. Your main focus areas are going to be where the enemies rotate, right? They're going to come from their spawn here through Canteen and Link. So we want to make sure those are smoked off. Obviously, you're going to either drop the smoke here or deeper, depending on how you want to do. I would recommend the smoke here, because if there is an enemy playing behind here, this is not bangable. This is, but we want to force them to have to peek here, so they have to go in through here, past the bangable surface in order to recover themselves. So that's probably why we want to drop these smokes here. So these are looking to be from your B tree side, seem to be your optimal smokes. You could drop it there, but yeah, like I said, it's probably much better to drop it here. Doing the smoke up here isn't too bad because it will help you get picks on anyone who's trying to peek to you from here, but then you also have still that to worry about. This doesn't have any of the funky geometry that Split does. You see the arrow remains at the bottom there. So it's gonna, for me to find some one-ways here, it's gonna be a lot more work. We'll probably see if we can come up with a video of some useful one-ways for this map, but it's looking like our major wants for this map are to smoke like this. There you go, nice and covered, and all you have to focus on is sight. And with the new changes they've made to the glass Radianite boxes, they remain completely bangable. So holding here is rather difficult. So as long as you're maintaining a split, right? You're attacking from both sides. You smoked off this section. And all you really have to focus on at this point now is here. And from there forward, like, you know, there's nothing else really here. I mean, I guess you could do things like this, like blinding here to push through if you want to attack that, which I don't see why you would. I'd see more value in you approaching here after your team starts hitting the site. Maybe you're the flanker here. You're holding for flank while your team has got 4 here, and you push through bench, and you look to get some early aggression, maybe to cause a fake. And if you don't encounter someone, because those tips that I always give, if you're alone, what's your primary goal? Staying alive. If you're alone, you're not going to be doing a whole lot. Your primary goal is to do things safely. So at this point, I'm going to be very carefully trying to sneak onto the site, and then what I want to do is try to get my way into their spawn. If you can get into their spawn, which I feel like you'll have an easier chance of over here through Canteen, because you can peek. That's going to be a little bit of a long teleport, but if you can manage to, which I have in a couple of games, I'll have to comb through my clips and see if I have some good ones for them, but you want to, if you can get into their spawn, think about how much power you have access to, because this is where they're going to hold from. They're going to hold from here. It's very easy if their spawn has a single timing gap. So it's forcing us into a situation where you have to play defensively from your spawn because of how weak playing on here is. For example, like here, bangable, bangable, bangable. The only thing that's not bangable is this way and this way. This is bangable, this is bangable. So you're really limited to just around this one part of the pillar, and like even these completely bangable. Like, you play here, and unless you have your teammates holding this, I mean, the door's loud, right? So you're not going to hear this, but like, this game is going to be all about early control. I've noticed that this is a pretty decent one-way smoke I found already, and it's been pretty powerful. I can try Astra, yeah, we can try Astra out, but my main focus here is the fact that I feel Omen is the most optimal out of all the agents so far, and just in terms for how much each ability brings for power. I've noticed people like to play like close like here as well. The flash is just too powerful though. Like, your team wants to push the tunnel, oh, I'm just gonna blind the tunnel. Like, I'm just seeing all these places that his flash really is just incredibly powerful for. Pushing through the site here, like, they have to peek on this side, right? If they peek on this side, you can follow them inward. They have to peek, so at this point, like, you can literally just blind them, and there's no way, right? Like, they're not going to be playing back here. There's no way. That's too shallow. They're going to be playing behind here, or close here. So all you really need to do is blind like this. It's blinding the whole site and then peek here. And your smokes, you don't even need to smoke this because your team should be coming from that way. Your smokes are literally here and here. That's it. You just focus on the center of the map, and that's where you're smoking off. And you can literally clear, like these kind of things aren't a problem. Like when you come in on a haven and you, on C, when you're coming up long and you turn that immediate right, you have that box. You can get rid of people who are trying to hide behind that box now. It's a lot easier. So I'm feeling like that's probably the best way to approach that. I'm feeling like Omen is probably going to be our man of the hour for this map. Anyone who's playing underneath as well, you can do things like this. Like, you can literally one-way them while they're underneath and force them to either stand there while you do this, and you can plant here, just chill where they can't see you. You got your smokes down there. You literally, realistically, all you need to do is drop the smoke here. You know someone's playing on there, you can drop a smoke here. Now they're one-wayed, and then you can literally just plant here while your team, like, or you can plant even here, and your teammate will hold, and they can just hold the one-ways. I'll have to see the viability of that in game, but from what I've played in my matches, we haven't seen any craziness for the smokes, but it is definitely, I'm seeing the power in Omen's blind. I'm feeling like the blind is really what's going to be the thing that takes it over the edge for you guys. I think Astra is going to be really powerful too with her smoke, with her stars and stuff like that. I will do a video about how each controller individually is going to approach Fracture, but this one specifically, we're just here to talk about Omen because I feel like so far, besides the fact that Astra is probably the best controller in the game still, Omen, I think this is going to be another one of those maps like Icebox where he has something different to offer this map because of what's access to it. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about dropping Killjoy stuff in here at the bottom, but it gets destroyed by the new Breach tech very easily, so I'm not so sure how I feel about the viability of Killjoy. We'll see. But for now, boys, pick up Omen. Give him a shot on this map if you want to get into it and feel how this map works. I feel Omen is a nice comfortable way to get in here because of his movement, because of the smokes. It's Omen, he's a very versatile character, and I feel like that's a good way to approach a new map, is with a nice versatile character. But just that little pièce de résistance, the good shit is that blinding through B site. I feel like it's just a little powerful. Anyways, thank you for dropping by. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and comment if what agents you feel are going to be the strongest on this map. Let me know. Tell me if you feel like any agents particularly going to have some sort of power that like Omen holds. Omen has that ability to do those crazy underground blinds because his blind passes through walls. What other agents do you guys think? To be honest, because I don't know. I'm feeling Omen's going to hit something special. You guys have a good one. Don't forget to join in on the Discord community. Drop by on the stream. This was recorded here live on Twitch TV/Kanoodle. Get on in here, hang out, have a lit time. Peace out, my guys.